watching this video when you should be in bed sleeping or doing something else on the Saturday night. All right, so let me show you a couple things I picked up today. My daughter has activities on Saturday now for the last couple of months, and it gives me 4.5 hours of time to go do some stuff. Just coincidentally, I was lucky enough that literally within walking distance from her locations, there's not only a Walmart when I get shit, but there's a local small comic and toy shop. It's called the Toy and Comic Spot in Brick, New Jersey. And I went down there today as I was driving around the corner. I was like, holy shit, this thing. I've been there before a couple times and did not realize it was around the corner from where my daughter does her activity. So I said, all right, let's go in. Maybe we can film today because it's a nice store. They've got a lot of variety of things. It's a lot. They have stuff from all over. And it's actually, the store's, I think, really well organized. They've got, the Power Ranger stuff here. They have Masters of the Universe stuff there. They have Star Wars stuff here. Mego, you name it. It's very well organized. And a large variety. You could spend a long time in there. So, anyway, while I was walking through, there was one part of the store when I go in, it seems to be kind of the stuff that it's as you walk around the store, it's kind of towards the bottom. So if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. But I mean, they're wall to ceiling with stuff. And again, it's very well organized. So when I went in, I asked the owner, the lady behind the counter, says, okay if I film? And she says, yeah. I said, well, I'm going to put it on YouTube. She asked, where does it go? I said, YouTube and Facebook. I said, it's free advertising. And I think I'd love to show your store to some people because I come here and I tell them about it, but give them an idea what it's like. And she was like, go ahead. That's great. So I encourage anybody, if you like some of the things that you see, or you like what you're hearing, give them a shout. I'll put the comments. I'll put the information in the comments later. But it's nice with the Toy and Comic Spot in Brick, New Jersey, and very nice people. Very nice. All right, so let me show you what I got today. Let's get me off camera. Let's show what's going on here. No dramatic effect today. So today, I found this. Okay, so I found this really cool old game. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest with you. At least I don't remember it if it was. It's 1979. I think it's over here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. It is 1979 Ideal Toy Core. I loved Ideal Toys. I thought they made some really cool stuff. Lots of guys have done videos. I love watching David Eon in Open by Chance, let's put a little light on it, do his videos, and he's talked about Ideal Toys before, the Ideal Toy Company, if you will. But this is the the Amazing Spider-Man web-spinning action game. Now, I'm not a huge board game collector, but I got to tell you, when you run across a piece like this, it's got this really cool art. I just find it hard to resist, and the best part, it was only $20. So I was like, how can I not go home with that? It has everything except the instruction set, and it's very cool. I love the artwork. I wish, I was talking to, again, David Eon from Open by Chance through Messenger today, and I said to him, do you collect board games? He's like, no, it's really hard to find space to display them. And he's right. I mean, when you look around this nut house of toys, yes, it is not easy to put them up, but let me give you an idea what it is. He asked me, is it complete? I said, I think everything but the instructions. The Amazing Web Spinning Action Game. See the back of box for exciting details. Well, I guess just so you don't miss it. Honestly, I don't find this part as exciting as the front because it's just basically two colors, right? Blue and white. It doesn't have the nice color and artwork of the other, but the object is for Spider-Man. He aims to capture the villains. The villains aim to escape off the edge of the web. So basically the idea is he's supposed to catch them. Now, let me open this up for you, which I thought was actually pretty cool. She actually told me that, I asked her, I said, is it complete? Because I know it's a good idea before you buy something to check everything out. It's a comic book shop, and I figure they're going to be honest with you, because if they're not, you're probably not going to come back. Now the box is in pretty good shape. It's a little bit worn. It's got a little bit, might be hard to see here, but there's a little bit of bubbling of the paper right there. You can probably see it where it says action game. But the board is interesting. So the board is kind of this, honestly, it almost looks like Chinese checkers to me in a sense. And I guess you have this, your spinner, if you will. And then each one of these comes out. I'm not quite sure how to play it because some of the instructions, but they're kind of like a little, I guess, a little web projectile, if you will. The sticker sheets you put on, it actually came with a sticker sheet, as it says in the box. So you get to put all these wonderful Spider-Man stickers on. The Amazing Spider-Man. And it looks like this kid kind of put it wherever the hell he wanted. The back looks, oh, one of them just fell out. Piece just fell out. But she told me, she said she cleaned it up. So it probably was sitting in somebody's basement or attic for a long time. Now, I haven't fully put it together yet because I'm not quite sure how to do it without the instructions. But let me give you guys a little of, there. You spin me right round. Darth Silicone, you're 100%. I should have played that music, huh? Where the hell's my other phone when I need it? Yeah, actually, that's a great idea, Buck. Dark Silicone, my boy Buck. Awesome. He's got some shit going on. Buck, you just gave me a great idea. Let's check this out. Buck, who happens to be an awesome customizer and has done many an amazing toy, including doing what Medicom Real Action Heroes did with their Godzilla suits, and for G.I. Joes, he did for an 8-inch Mego. Rubber suits for 8-inch Megos or 8-inch action figures to dress up as Godzilla, for example. Let's see. Is this too late for this? Is this too late at, let's see, we're going to get a commercial first, probably.
You don't speak Spanish?
Yeah, of course we're going to get a, I love this. You don't speak Spanish? Get your headphones. It'll translate for you. Here we go. There you go, Buck. That's all for you. All right. So while you spin me right round, thank you, Buck. Let's show what it comes with. These are some of the pieces. This is an extra one that goes in there. Actually, there's a couple of those. I guess those get easily lost. This looks like this would be the spinner, I guess. I'm not quite sure yet. I got to figure this all out, how this is all going to go together. But anyway, here's your arrow spinner, if you will. Looks like we've got potentially the Green Goblin, I would imagine, on his, and these pieces would move around the board. I guess they kind of pop around. Let's just pop them in there for now. Looks like we've got the lizard. This looks like another lizard in a darker green. Okay. I hope all the pieces are here. Maybe they're not. No, they look like it, I guess. We've got, okay, just another one in lighter green. Goblin, if you will. That looks like we've got the rhino. Yep, dark and light green. Okay. All right. Have you ever had this game, Buck? And here's Spider-Man. So, I'm not quite sure how this works. Like I said, this pulls, and I guess he moves from, I don't know, I guess he moves from place to place on the web, and this reels up. So something here is you are supposed to move Spider-Man around the board. I got to go look at the instructions. I probably should have done this before I started this video. Let's see. I finally caught you live. Oh, yes, you caught me live. You never catch me live. You're always doing your deer videos in the back. So as a kid, yes. And so that's, oh, that's for you there, Buck. Because I know you love that video. So, yeah, for the pieces, I agree. That's, besides the really cool artwork that I love on the box. I mean, you've got Spider-Man basically right out in front. Look how large he is. This box is probably close to 2 feet. And you've got this almost 2-foot Spider-Man, probably 1.5 feet, Spider-Man on the front and all these characters. And I agree with you. I think they even did it kind of almost in the same size, but I agree with you. Well, maybe this goes, I'm guessing maybe this, I don't quite know how this works yet, but maybe it goes here and he spins around, I guess. But yeah, very cool. Just for the pieces alone, I'm with you, man. I mean, how many of you guys ever had board games where there were some really cool board games where you would just take the pieces out? I mean, they were basically became more toys than playing the game. So yeah, so this is an interesting little piece here. As a matter of fact, it's upstairs, but I bought a board game, a more recent game. Sorry, Buck, I got to turn down your favorite song. I forgot what it was called. It was like Haunted or something. And all the game pieces, they're probably close to HO scale. And they're all different Universal monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, so on. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I bought it just for that reason. I give a shit about the board game. But this is actually, it's very cool. It's definitely very nostalgic as far as the 70s are concerned. Love the artwork. You know, some of you guys actually know, I don't know, but some of you guys know who does the artwork on some of these. But the quality, let's pull off this. I'm going to kill this. One of these days I'll put a better light in here. The quality, this quality product complies with approved voluntary toy safety standards. That's awesome. You don't want to get one without it. I love this. Spidey uses his unique web spinning device to surround his enemies with a real thread. Okay, so I guess the idea is somehow this piece probably goes through all these little pieces here, and then you capture the bad guys. I guess what I don't understand is, 2 to 4 players, ages 7 and up. Okay. Well, Buck, you're disqualified from playing. You're too young. You're not allowed to play. I thought that was a nice piece. For $20, I thought that was a nice piece, just the plastic pieces alone. You know, and if you were to find these floating loose around the internet, you're probably going to pay a couple of bucks per or more. You know, it's really amazing to me how some of these, not from this board game particularly, but some of the plastic, you know, stationary soldiers or monsters, how much they go for. It's really unreal. There's quite a few sets that are kind of Dungeons and Dragons related, or so if you will, from the 70s, and you pay a small fortune for them. So I actually like them very, very much. I thought that was pretty cool. So I said for 20 bucks, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Just missing the instructions. I'm pretty sure I can find a copy of those somewhere, or how to do that online. All right, let's get this put back in the box. I'm going to show you some more modern stuff, which isn't, to me, as exciting. Not exciting, but I love it. You know, the one thing about doing this live stuff is I can't insert, like going back and re-editing it, I can't insert any funny pieces or video clips. Like this, that would have been a perfect time to put in Willy Wonka, the original Willy Wonka, with Gene Wilder, saying how exciting it is. All right, let's get that back in the box. I'm going to put that in there. But I thought that was really cool. If I had gotten this gift, this is the kind of gift I would see, like, and I don't imagine this was relatively inexpensive for the time. I mean, it was 1979, but just, it's a board game, but the size of the box kind of just probably would be like, I don't know, $20, maybe $15, who knows, but that would be a great game to get. You know, all the shit you used to get as a kid, it's ideal. It is ideal. It's ideal, Buck. You know, all the shit you used to get as a kid. And you guys remember being kids, and for your birthday, I remember being 5, anywhere between 5 and maybe 7 years old, and you get a gift, and you'd hear it rattling inside, and you're like, oh, Legos. And everybody used to shake their gifts to see if they get Legos. All right, I'm going to show you some stuff that's not vintage, and it's a little different. I've shown one of these before, but finally got enough to put them together. All right. So, you're like, why do you have these things? They're not really action figures. Well, they kind of are. So, we have these Adventure Force, and if you don't have Walmart, you haven't browsed the toy section in Walmart, then you don't know about Adventure Force, which is this really cheap knockoff session that they make some pretty cool toys for kids. You can beat the crap out of them. They're pretty much knockoff. You pretty much have a knockoff Optimus Prime, and I'm not quite sure what he's a knockoff of, but they keep kind of recycling these. Now, you're not going to be able to see it because it's all the way on the bottom back there. But they have these robots with it's half dinosaur, half robot, and then they have just a robot that they walk, and they do all these cool sound effects. They're extremely inexpensive. This was like $9.86. And what I love are the sound effects on them. I think they're pretty cool. So the idea with these is that you have Cybomech and Rexobot. And you can see they're basically ripping off Transformers and some other creature, if you will. All kinds of lights and sounds. Battle action. Yeah. The battle action is they don't move. The other ones over there that you have, they move, they walk, and they stop, and then they talk and so on. But this battle action is you're putting the damn thing in your hand and you're going to war with the other one. I guess parents must have got kind of sick of the loud noise of the other ones because they finally put a button on each one of them that actually can lower the volume. So I don't know how many of you guys wanted a toy and your parents were like, oh, I'm not getting you that. If you guys remember Electro Man by Ideal, and most parents didn't know this when they probably bought it for their kids, is that when he wails out his siren, it gets pretty loud. And I'm sure parents are like, oh my God, get rid of that thing. It's too much. So let's see if we can do a little, thing here. So we have our removable sword, removable axe. All right, let's see what these guys have to say. So this is the one I picked up today because I already had the Rexobot. This one finally came across.
Energy sword activated.
Should I kill the light? Let's kill the light. All right.
Failure is not an option.
I don't know if their heads move. Yeah, their heads move slightly. They're pretty much posabilities, basically up and down at the shoulders, the head. And I guess these you might be able to, can you move the legs? You can walk the legs. Actually, that looks like, yeah, this actually, they have, put the light back on. They actually have elbow joints, if you will, knee joints and so on. Big, large, I mean, this is literally an Optimus Prime ripoff. No?
Charging energy shield.
The one thing I thought was pretty cool about these aren't as cool as the walking robots, but the sound effects and the voices they use are pretty cool for them.
Energy sword activated.
All right, let's try this guy.
Assume battle stations. Engage enemy.
I mean, these are about 12 inches tall, about the size of your Hasbro G.I. Joe from the past.
Is not an option.
Same expression as the other one, just a different voice. I think they're the same expressions, just using different voices and some different sound effects.
Rerouting power.
Yeah, they are.
To energy shield.
Yeah. So they pretty much say the same thing with different voices. And, you know, if I was for the cost of what toys are today, they're getting very expensive. I mean, I'm even seeing Hot Wheel cars I saw Hot Wheels cars say. I'm not talking anything special. They must have been mislabeled. I took my daughter to Hobby Lobby, thanks to Marcus Aurelius, who sent her a gift card. And she wanted to buy Pokemon. So we went in there, and I was like, oh, man, here's some Hot Wheels. She likes those, too. Not as much, but $9.99. I'm like, this is a regular Hot Wheels car, which you can buy for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, I think $1.12 at Walmart, and $2.50 at other places, or $4 at the food store. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So for a big, bulky toy that your kid can beat the crap out of, 12 inches, carried around, little kids, if they're into action figures, with noise and sound effects and so on, for $9.86, that's a steal. That's a steal. The other walking robots I did videos on way before. You guys can go look through the archives there on the YouTube channel, and we had that. I did think they weren't bad. They're fun to leave in the box. The original package of the two that I first got was a 2-pack, and so I bought both. I opened them. You know what? Maybe we'll bring them over. What the hell? Let's bring them over, and I'm going to bring some of them over. I'll bring the loose ones because, yeah, there's a lot of them. Give me one sec. They're a little bulky to carry as well. Let's see. All right, here's your first set. gonna hope the batteries didn't go on these things, because if they did, that's not gonna be much of a demonstration. This table's getting a little small, and the camera needs to be a little farther away, so we're gonna change the way we shoot it next time. But essentially, the first set, they all came single boxed as these are, and then they made a 2-pack. When they had the 2-pack, it was $20. I considered this guy and this guy. It was Astrobot and Exosaur. Okay, Astrobot, Exosaur. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. But when I got them home, these things are gonna walk, so we're gonna have to be careful. But his battery's almost dead. Yeah, his battery's almost dead. Yeah, his batteries are almost dead, so he's not doing too well. To change those out. But they have pretty cool sound effects. And of course, we have this Exosaur. I forget where the hell his button is on this guy. Somewhere down by the leg or some shit. Oh, it's here somewhere. Where the hell did it go? Don't know. Back? I don't know. Jesus, I can't even find where the hell it is anymore. Bottom? I don't remember. I thought it was, oh, it was here, I think. Oh, his batteries must be dead, because I think it was over here somewhere. Anyway, they walk, they talk, they go at each other, they light up. He's got a missile thing in his mouth. I mean, it's pretty cool. So they made these, and I like the color of them. I'm like, all right, they've kind of got this cool dinosaur thing going on. However, yeah, his batteries are dead, way dead. Yep, because that's the button. So then they made what they call Astrobot 2.0 and Exosaur 2.0. I love this Astrobot way better than that one. That one's just too much blue, not enough variety of color. This one reminds me more of a Shogun War than this one. By the way, these do have a, you can launch, there's a button to launch the missile out of their hand. This is a little different, and so on. Let's see. Buck says, Darth Silicon says, I was more a DC kid. I think as kids, I was more of a DC kid too. Batman and Superman, although I love Spider-Man. I had the X-Men game, and it had all the X-Men the same, not at the time, little statuettes. It's ideal. I walked down the aisle pushing all the buttons. That's too funny. That's too funny. But in this Adventure Force, again, these are not something you're going to be saving, make a ton of money. If you're trying to collect for that purpose, they are pretty cool, though. Let's see if this guy works. Yeah, his batteries are dead, too. And this one as well, I think. There you go. Well, his work. So it walks and so on. Most of the sounds on these are pretty similar between them. But again, for $9.86, they're a fun little toy you can have and put on the shelf. I will be changing the batteries out of them. I think they're actually pretty cool. And they're fun to have them walk across the floor. Activate Crystal Blast. He all lights up. Same sounds as the other one. Walking action, Crystal Blast. This shoots out of his arm, if you will, and so on. He has nothing to shoot, but he kind of gives you that Mecha Godzilla type dinosaur looking thing. I mean, they're basically hybrid dino robot. This one is more robot than dinosaur as opposed to the original one, which I'd say is probably more dinosaur than robot, if you will. Oh yeah, we got to change the batteries on these things. God, I can't believe they've been down here that long. Oh, actually, let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, his batteries are way dead. His batteries are way dead. Oh, barely moving. So I'm going to kill the power on this one. This one actually, you see how loud they get? Now you see why they put the volume button on the other ones. This one actually is sound activated as well. Or sorry, motion activated. As you walk by it, I think it's motion. As you walk by it, it would go off in the store. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So yes. So anyway, so these are your Adventure Force. I don't typically buy these things, but I don't buy Adventure Force. They make tons and tons of Adventure Force stuff, but they're really an inexpensive branded toy for kids. And I think for the price you pay for a little kid and the way they beat the shit out of them, typically, I think they're not bad. I think they're not bad. They're fun to put on the shelf, if you will. But again, getting back, this is my main pickup today that I was very excited about getting, the Spider-Man game. I will find the instructions. I'm sure it's not that hard to play. It is ideal, as Dar Silicone says, as Buck says to us, and so on. But I did have a question as I was let me kill this. I had a question. So I was asking a couple of guys in a group that I was talking in. I said, I'm going to go in the store and I want to see if they'll let me film. I've been in there before and I've always been a little shy about just filming. Not that a lot of these places don't want the free advertising, I'm sure. But I always feel a little weird you're walking in. Even though it's a store, I wouldn't feel this way in Walmart, but I feel in a comic shop, especially if it's a mom and pop comic shop like most of them are today. I feel a little bit like I'm kind of invading on their space, if you will. So I asked them, is it okay to film? And the lady who was there today, who owned it, she said, yeah. That's great. I told her, it's advertising, might as well. And she was very much, yes, please, tell your friends and family. And, but I usually ask them, I mean, even when I go to toy shows, sometimes I feel a little weird filming. If it's a big show and there's a lot of people, no, not necessarily. But the one thing that I do, if I do go in the store, if there's other people in the store, I try and be mindful of them. Not that I'm out here trying to be, trying to be like Mr. Hidden Camera, but try and like not put a lot of people in that might not want to be on it. And I just said to some of the guys, the reason why is, so my daughter's autistic, and we've been doing sports and stuff for years. She's been in for years, all special needs stuff. And some of it was, soccer, softball, basketball, you name it. And I remember I was taking pictures one day, years ago. And it was outside in a soccer field. And it was just, there was maybe, 20 kids and all these parents. And it's out in the field. And one of the parents came up to me and said, "Are you taking pictures?" And I'm like, "No, I'm making popcorn." "Yes, I'm taking pictures. Of course I am. You can see me taking pictures." And that was just their leading because I didn't really know them. It's like they didn't know they knew I was one of the parents, but they didn't know me. I never spoke to them before. They said, "Well, I'd prefer it if you didn't put my kid in any of the pictures." Oh no, I'm sorry. Before they said, "Where are you putting him?" I said, "Oh, probably on Facebook. That's usually where they go." And they said, "Oh, well, I prefer you don't put my child in the pictures." And I'm like, "Which one's yours?" So if my daughter was 20 feet away, their child was 1,600 yards away. I go, "All the way over there?" They're like, "Yeah." I go, "You can't even see them." I go, "It's like a little blob in the background." "Yeah, I don't want my kid on there." I'm like, "Okay, I need you to take those pictures." "All right, yeah, no worries. I'll blot them out." But I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I try and be mindful based on that experience, not because I really give a shit, to be honest with you, but who needs the friggin' aggravation of having a parent coming up and giving you a hard time? So, do you guys go into shows and conventions and take video and all that stuff, or take pictures? I was talking to Brian Sanchez. He's like, "Fuck it, I go and I do it." I mean, Sanchez is a little bigger than me. On top of everything else, they probably won't say much to him. But yeah. But do any of you guys shy about doing that? I don't know why I got a little. I'm not shy about things typically, but that I am. There's another great place that I go to in Eatontown called the Comic Crypt. It's a nice small comic shop. And I love that kind of small mom and pop comic shop, if you will, and the feel to it. And I forgot the guy's name. God, I forgot. But I've been in there several times. Super nice guy. Really cool. Very patient with my daughter because she's asked a million questions about Pokemon. Super nice. I bought that Tower of Fear over there, the Mezco Tower of Fear that Rosie Somerville was showing the other day in our Facebook group, MegoLike. And I remember I went there with the camera once, and then I was like, I turned it off right as I walked in because I felt a little weird. And I think next time I go back, I'm going to ask him permission. I don't think he would say no, but I do know, as a store, you probably don't care, but I do know there's guys who do, I've spoken to, who collect, and they won't post their video. They won't post pictures of anything they own anywhere for, one of them got stolen and doesn't want anybody else to come in and steal their stuff. And I agree. There's a point where you do show some of your collection. Somebody finds out where you live. If they have bad intentions, or maybe they got maybe they're a meth head with addiction problems. It's not funny, but Yeah, actually, it is kind of funny. Not that they're addicted, just the whole concept of somebody would actually be watching a video so they could come into your house and rob you. But some of the guys are concerned about that, and like I would never, I would never let anybody see my collection, which is fine. I mean, that's a choice. You may not want to show them your house either, especially in this day and age. But and you guys shy about that because that's something I definitely I get a little shy over. So anyway, but the bottom line is I went to the store, I filmed it. You can find that video. It's the video earlier today. It's on here on YouTube. And they have tons of stuff. Tons. Star Wars have it. Migos have it. 3 3/4 inch Joes have it. Masters of the Universe have it. I mean, Power Rangers, all that. It's tons. And it amazes me how much stuff they can have. There's lunch boxes. There's I can't even think of it all right now, but tons. Matter of fact, one of the things that they had that was really cool, a big boxed racing set. The A-Team, the remote control cars on the track, not remote controllers, yeah, remote control cars on the track are controlled. At that, it was an A-Team set. And I was like, you selling that? It was in the box. She's like, yeah. And I think she said it was only missing the police car and maybe like one of the track pieces broke, but it still works. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But looking around, where the hell would I put it? Like if I have that, to me, that needs to go on a table. If I have a RC race set, I need to go on a table. Even with some of these board games, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do down here. I think one of the things, like I said, I keep saying I'm going to get rid of these chairs. I need time to do it. And I need some shelves to put up, but I want some, so I can kind of turn this around, clear all these chairs out of here. They got the shit kicked out of them over the last 20 years, mostly from my daughter being down here during COVID. Get rid of them and then put some nice shelves in, maybe a bookshelf so I can put a lot of the comics that I have that need to go up, for one, maybe, and then maybe put some tables where I can put some of the board games out in there, and so on. Does anybody else here even collect board games? Am I the only one buying these things? I think the reason that I buy them is for the artwork. I've actually tried to sit down with my daughter and play some of them. She doesn't quite get the concept of board games like that. She's pretty much shoots and ladders. I mean, it's pretty funny because she has the basics for Monopoly down. It's just a very complicated game for her to do. I don't know why I do these so late. I'm always so exhausted by the end of the day. But yeah, but she tries to sit down and play with me, and she's bored in 2 minutes. But there's some really cool games if you look around. There's a lot from Dennis Fisher that came out of the UK. Lots, even overseas. I have a really cool, it's Goldrake, I think it's Goldorak on it, which is, Shogun Warrior board game from France, which is really neat. And they don't cost too much. The problem with them is if they're not well taken care of, sometimes they get moldy, or they get that kind of surface mold, which is a little gross. So anyway, so that's pretty much it for tonight. I'm a little tired. I apologize as usual. By the end of the day, after running around doing doing personal shit and work and all that, gets a little exhausting. But I have a few other things coming that I'm really excited for. Two of them are the Fabian Plastica remote control cars. I have Starman and Viuda Negra, which is or Nera, right? Viuda Nera, which is the Black Widow car. So I'll go over that a little bit on how Fabian Plastica, I apparently must have licensed them and then lost the license. So they remade them, same sticker, same everything for the most part, and they just changed the name on the cars, but they're very hard to find. So I'll bring those up. And then, by the way, they are the worst remote control cars ever. They just basically go forward and backward. Yeah, but we'll go ahead and do that another time. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are actually going to do something more exciting than watch this video on a Saturday night. I know I'm going upstairs. I'm just going to go chill the fuck out and probably just catch some old sci-fi film on there or Godzilla movie or something like that, because it's getting to that point that I just want to relax. It was a run day. Last two you need? No. So, Buck. So, does everybody know that Buck is Dark Silicone? They probably don't. That's why I say Buck, it's Dark Silicone. So, there's the Spider-Man car, which I do not own. There's the Superman car, which I own. There's the Batmobile, which I own. There is the, what else is out there? There's the Fantastic Four car, which I do not own. Then they also made those same cars. Stickers are pretty much the same. They changed them a little bit, but they made a few mistakes. So they lost. I was actually talking to somebody who had some better history on it, and he said they basically lost the license to the superhero cars. I remember, so they did some DC and some Marvel, which was pretty cool. Right, you've got Superman, Batman, and then Spider-Man, and it was the Thing car from the Fantastic Four. So the Batman car is black, the Superman car is blue, and the Spider-Man car is red. They're the same car, they're just different stickers, different colors. The Thing car is a different design, and it looks like kind of that yellowish, orangish color. It looks like rocks. So when they lost the license, I'm sorry, there was one more. Sorry, there's one more that I saw because it's on the box. They made a Jeep. It was the Hulk, and they made a Jeep. I've never seen that in person. The only thing is I have the box with the advertisement, and I will be searching for those. And if any of you guys have any of these, by all means, would love to see pictures of them or video, or if you're getting rid of them, let me know. I'd be interested. But then when they lost the license, that they turned the Thing car into Tiger car. Now I'm not quite sure how something that looks like rocks is now a tiger, because a tiger, right? Stripes, rocks. I guess you just do whatever. Kids, I think kids are too stupid to know the difference. So they turned the Thing car into the Tiger car. I have the Tiger car. These are all in box. They turned the Superman car into Warrior Man. Yes, Warrior Man. Who the fuck is that? I don't know. Maybe you know. I don't know. So it's the same blue Superman car. As a matter of fact, my Warrior Man car came in a Superman box, which is the funniest part. But what happened was they eventually had to get rid of that whole, so the Batman car's got some Batman artwork. And when I get the other cars, and I'll do a nice video and all them, I'll put them all out. They're big, so I'm going to have to put them on a table and show them out. But they had nice artwork for Batman, nice artwork for Superman. It's not the best. You can tell it's no, what was it, Neil Adams or Stanley or any of that. But they did a good job. And for the 70s, it was cool. But eventually what happened was they changed those to a very generic box. And some of them apparently got, they were in that hybrid mode where they were converting from the old boxes to the new. So they just finished the boxes, I guess, and then just started making the new generic ones. So my Warrior Man car, again, it's a Superman car. It says Warrior Man. It's different stickers. It's some generic guy. It's in a Superman box. Then they made Starman, which that's one of the ones that's coming in. It's the Batmobile with Starman on it. That's coming in a generic box, just like my Tiger car's in the generic box. Then they didn't get Spider-Man anymore, so they made Black Widow. But I don't believe it's supposed to be. Again, it was the Spider-Man car, so Black Widow. I don't believe it's supposed to be the Black Widow from Marvel. I think they kind of took some liberty in changing Spider-Man to the Black Widow car. But I think they didn't I think maybe somebody didn't realize, and it's supposed to be a generic one because it's not the Black Widow as far as Marvel's concerned. It's just a Spider-Man car converted. So that's the Spider-Man car. So the Thing car became the Fantastic Four Thing car became the Tiger car. I have the Tiger car on the Fantastic Four. Superman car I have, and I got Warrior Man. Batman car I have, now I have Starman coming, so that's those. Then the Hulk Jeep, no, I wish I could. I've never even seen it. I would love to see it. The Spider-Man car I do not have, which I would love to have. And then the Black Widow car, which I'm getting. So basically I'm missing the Spider-Man car, the Hulk, and the Thing for the Fantastic Four. These are not easy to come by. Even going back in the day, I mean, Buck, when you and I were way back in the day in Mego, that Batmobile showed up a lot. The Spider-Man car, a little bit, and the Superman car. I mean, you can Google for them, Fabian Plastica, Superman car, Batmobile, or Batman car. I think they have on it. And you can see pictures, and they're all over. They post that shit up, in that old stomping ground that you and I no longer participate in. Sorry. It's all if you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's all inside shit, and it's pretty funny. But they would pop up. But the Thing car, I think somebody posted a picture once of the Thing car. Matter of fact, let's see if I can show you one. I'll show you what the picture of the cars look like. Actually, I'll wait. Let's wait. We'll wait. It'll be more exciting that way. It'll give you some suspense. At 12:30 at night, suspense. Anyway, yeah, with some of those cars, they're very hard to find, and they came from Italy, which doesn't make them easy to find. On top of that, and what's even worse is the boxes are almost 3 feet long. They're about 2.5 feet, 3 feet long, because the cars are 2 feet long, and then you have the box around it. So, yeah, the shipping and stuff. So the one thing I'm in fear of terror of is he shipped these things from Italy. I'm praying to God he shipped them and wrapped them really well, because coming from Italy, shit is slow. It's weeks to get here. I don't understand. You got modern technology. You take the box, you stick it on a fucking plane, and you send it overnight. It's not that big of a deal, but it just sits there, and it's customs and all this shit. And they're not, the remote control function of the car is not that great, but the cars themselves are pretty cool. So I'm hoping when this guy ships them, they come well packed. If they get destroyed, I'm going to be heartbroken, because they cost me an arm and a leg to get. They really did. I saw a pic of the Jeep way back, but it was a prototype. Oh, it was a prototype. Fuck it. You want me to show you the picture? Let's show you the picture. Now you got me doing it, Buck. Always Buck taking me down that path. Let's show a picture. What the hell? So people can see what we're talking about. All right, better idea. I'm going to take the camera with us, because I just thought I would try and do that and bring it over to you, but it's going to cause an avalanche of stuff. All right. So you've probably seen these before. The Batmobile Superman car. I'll kill the light. This is actually, I think this is the Warrior Man car, but it came in a Superman. It sometimes came in the Superman box, and these have artwork specific to the characters. So the Warrior Man car's in here, and then you had this. Oh, actually, it's a Batmobile box. I'm sorry. This is okay. So you can see this is actually interesting. I didn't realize this, so I never looked. So it's a Batmobile box. What they did was they changed the top. Fuck, this sucks. Everything's gonna come flying down. Sorry. Okay, so they changed the lid, so it no longer looks like the Batmobile lid, which would be, so going to come apart. You can see, let's put some light on. You can see that there's a Batmobile logo. I'll do a better video on these when I get there. I just figured I'd give you this, but you can actually see what's going on. And then they stapled this picture over the Batmobile, which it's really funny, because that's how we change a box. So this one's interesting. So here's your Fantastic Four car, right? You've got the Thing on it. You've got Reed Richards. I actually didn't realize this till now, just looking at it. It's got Reed Richards, Human Torch, and Invisible Woman on there. So I did not realize those stickers were on the seats. But they lost that license, so it became the Tiger car. So you've got a tiger on there. And I'm not sure how this is a tiger, but whatever. Here's the Hulk Jeep that I've never seen. Maybe it was a prototype. I don't know. I mean, they had to change these based on losing license to DC and Marvel. So this would be really interesting to have. See, it's got the Hulk on it. It's even got a net on it, which is pretty neat. So this is the Superman car, but they renamed it Warrior Man. You can see the stickers. Then you've got Batmobile, which is Starman. Okay, they just changed the stickers. And then you've got the Spider-Man car, which is Vidova Nera, which is Black Widow, but it's I don't think it's supposed to be that Black Widow. I don't know. And what is interesting is that, yeah, this still has the Thing on it in here, or maybe they just lost the license to Batman and Superman or Spider-Man. I don't know. Maybe those three. I'd have to do a little more research. The guy was giving me all kinds of info, and my Italian's not as good as it used to be, so it was even Google Translate kind of sucks sometimes. So I got a lot of info, but there's a lot more to go. But yeah, but you see, they even did here. So they just pasted. It's too funny because I never did a real close look. So they just pasted this paper over the Batmobile car, and maybe that's what happened here. This is again a Warrior Man car. Maybe the kid tore the. You see Clark Kent out there. Maybe he tore the paper off. Maybe that's why the box looks like it did. So yeah, so there's these 6 plus Superman, Spider-Man, and Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman. So I don't know if I'll ever get all these. Like, I was happy to find the Batmobile and the Superman car. When I saw the Warrior Man car, I almost lost my shit. Tiger car, yes. It's like, all right, that's pretty cool. It's kind of neat. But that is, look how much better that is with the Fantastic Four on it. Just really cool. Just really cool. So I'll be doing a video with those once they come in. Oh, you saw it on the Levy list? Wow, Buck, you're really taking us back in time to the Levy list. Oh yeah. I mean, people used to argue through email. Do you remember? I say this all the time. There was literally a post where somebody said, "Why can't they remake Amigo?" It was like in 1999 or 98 or 2000, whenever that list was up, and they're like, "That could never be done. That could never be done." And look where we are today. Right, you've got guys 3D printing shit out of their house that are MegoLike, or or people that Castaway Toys, Brent Styles, all that stuff, right? All that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that'll be a whole nother video to do that stuff and get that going. But Buck, I'm very glad that you were able to catch me live today. Done so many videos, and glad to do it. And it's always good to chat with you, brother. Keep posting those deer pictures, those deer videos up there, them out in the yard. It's actually cool to watch. But yes, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go probably catch a movie for a little bit upstairs, and then probably just be done. Done for the night. So thank you for watching. Hope everybody does well. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. Hope you guys have a nice, safe, healthy weekend, and you find all the toys and the wonderful things that you're looking for. All right, peace.